Lee Kelly and Gary Turner talking everything taxis on the L&G podcast.
Hello and welcome to the channel. Today we'll be asking this simple question: what customers hate? What do customers hate more than anything else? I'll tell you what it is: cancellations. Yes, when a driver cancels a job on a customer. Now, this happens on Uber an awful lot. It probably happens on Bolt, and it may happen on the normal private hire. If you're working off app, it may happen. It never happens, and it can't happen on Hackneys. So, on Uber, when you get a job on your screen, what you get, number one, the price of the job. Number two, the distance it is to get to the job. Number three, where the job's going. And number four, the rating of the rider. So every bit of information you need is on that job. There's nothing else to look at. Everything you need for the job to whether to accept it or reject it is there on that job. So why do so many drivers accept the job and then reject the job? Cancel it. So accept it, then they drive along, and then they cancel it. Now, some drivers, and I've polled a lot of Uber customers on this, and a lot of drivers will accept the job, get halfway to the job, and then cancel it. Why? Why do that? If you're a driver on Uber and your excuse me, and your cancellation rate is above 10%, leave me a message to say why. Why do you cancel jobs? If you have all the information you need to hand, the price, the distance, the destination, and the customer rating, you have all that before you accept the job, why do you reject it? I don't get it. I don't get why. Now, my cancellation rate on Uber is 1%. The job I ever cancel is ones that I physically can't get to. So I have a 1% cancellation rate. Some drivers have a 60 to 70% cancellation rate, and I really don't understand why. It's like if you had a job, if you were a lorry driver, right, and you got to your load, and then said, I don't want to go to this place now, and refused to put the load in your lorry, then you'd be sacked there and then. If you worked in a call centre and you kept rejecting calls coming through to your headset in a call centre, you wouldn't last the day. So why is it that drivers cancel so many jobs? And it infuriates the customers. It's the worst thing that infuriates customers is driver cancelling jobs. Now, on Uber, if you have a high cancellation rate, they are now deactivating you. They are now telling you to go and work elsewhere. And I don't blame them for doing that. I don't blame Uber at all for deactivating drivers with high cancellation rates, because all you're doing, number one, you're letting the customer down, and number two, you're passing the job on to another driver. Now, I had a job recently where the customer was requesting Uber after Uber after Uber. Every driver, 10 drivers cancelled the job, and I got to them eventually. And when they got to me, when I got in the car, they were in the worst mood possible, because they're saying, I've been waiting here to get home from work. I've had a hard day at work. I'm waiting to get home. I've requested an Uber, and 10 drivers have accepted the job, got halfway here, then cancelled it for no reason. The traffic wasn't heavy. The traffic was light. No reason to cancel the job, but they did. So when they got in the car with me, they were in a foul mood. And of course, they blame me. They say, well, why are they cancelling jobs? And I say, I don't know. I never cancel jobs. So why are they cancelling jobs? Don't understand it, but they do. So if you cancel jobs, you're an Uber driver or you're a private hire driver generally, and you're working off an app, or you're working, generally you have to work off an app, and you have the ability on your app to cancel jobs, Why do you do it when you have all the information you need to hand before you accept the job? Just don't accept the job, just reject it. Just reject the job. It's easy. Don't accept it and cancel it, because that causes the problems. There was a girl as well at Knutsford Station a while ago now, late at night, waiting to get home. She got off the last train, and Knutsford Station of a night is desolate. There's nobody around. It's deserted. And she's waiting in the car park of Knutsford Station, and 5 drivers accept the job and then cancel the job. Why? The only reason I would cancel the job, that was if my car broke down and I couldn't get to them, and I'd ring them anyway to say, listen, my car's broke down so I can't get to you. I would not just accept the job, having all the information I need to hand, accept the job, and then for no apparent reason cancel the job. It infuriates like, imagine if you're trying to get home yourself, and you've ordered your cab, and they just cancel on you for no reason. It's like being a bus driver. It's like, being at a bus stop and the bus just goes right past you and doesn't want to pick you up. The bus driver would lose his job. It's simple. But why are drivers cancelling jobs when there's no need at all to cancel a job? There's no need at all. Now, it may happen on Bolt. If you're a Bolt driver, let me know if you cancel jobs. I know we all get the option to cancel, but maybe in time, as time wears on, that option to cancel may well disappear, and you may well, if you accept the job, then you got to go and do it. That may well be coming down the line, because it's too much of it. There's too much cancellations going on for no reason. Driving, I can't be bothered doing that. But if you can't be bothered doing the job, number one, don't accept the job. Just don't accept it, because you're giving the customer false hope. And if I order a cab, I expect it to turn up, especially if I'm out of area, especially if I'm in a place I don't really know. Like if I'm somewhere in another part of the country, which invariably I am quite a lot, and I go out for a night out, and I'm trying to get a cab back to the hotel, and the drivers keep cancelling on me, it makes you mad. It makes you think, I'll tell you what, I ain't going to use them again. And I can see Uber's point of view, while they are now starting to deactivate drivers who are cancelling too many jobs. Your cancellation rate on Uber should be below 10%. If yours is above 10%, let me know. If you're watching this on a Facebook group, let me know. Give me the reason why you cancel jobs, because I'd love to know. Because I've been on Uber 6 years. My cancellation rate, 1%. I don't cancel jobs. I have no need to cancel jobs, because in this job, in this industry, in this game, in this profession, if you want to call it a profession, it is a profession, if you want to call it a profession, in this game, the name of the game is to make as much money in the shortest possible time. That's it. To make the most money in the shortest possible time. That's what it's all about. Now, if you're cancelling jobs for no reason, then your hourly rate is going to drop. And if you're earning less than £10 an hour, because the outgoings, you're looking at like 30% outgoings in this job, minimum 30% outgoings in this job. If you're running at 10 quid an hour, it ain't worth doing the job. Pack it in. You've got to be making a lot more than £10 an hour to make it worthwhile. And the only reason why you're going to do that is by accepting lots of jobs and completing them. You can accept them, you can reject them if you don't want to do them, you reject them all day long, but don't accept them and then cancel them, because that is what does the customer's brain in more than anything else. And there is absolutely no need to do it. There is no need to cancel a job unless you break down or the road's blocked or it's impossible to get to the customer. There's absolutely no need to cancel the job. Why you do it, if you've got a high cancellation rate, pop it down below. I'd love to know. I would absolutely love to know why you cancel jobs, honestly. Right. Coming up on this channel next week, we have got the Battle of the Titans. Uber versus the local cab company. Lee is going to be out and about in his Mercedes-Benz, and he's going to be floating around an area called Formby, which is North Liverpool, which is a very small area. The company he works on, Village Phoenix, is a very small company. I worked on them for 8 years, and they're a good company, and you can make good money on them. But the working area is tiny, and he's going to compare that to me on my Uber area, which is insanely huge. But who is going to earn the most money for the exact same shift? Check that video coming out. It's going to be up on next week. If you haven't subscribed already to the channel, subscribe. A few people now have subscribed to the channel. Thank you for subscribing. It is great when you subscribe. Keep subscribing to the channel. Keep giving us the thumbs up. And of course, if you're a high canceller, let me know in the comments. Let me know why you are a high canceller, because I would absolutely love to know while you're cancelling jobs. Thank you for watching.